I have an extremely fire episode. This individual is 17 years old and he has garnered over 400,000 users on all of his apps that he has launched. Yes, 17 years old, and this boy is just getting started. He's launched so many apps in the past, I don't know, like year or so, and he's been flown out to the US, has been participating in a lot of like these Stripe sessions, has won various hackathons, and he's working on this new app that we have to know about. So I'm actually very pleased and very honored to bring to the show Rexan Wong. Rexan, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining on this channel, because you have a new app that you're launching, and I want people to know about this. And since this is a live stream, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk a lot about the app details, like how this new app that he's making was made, how some of the previous apps were making. So if you are an AI app builder building with, Next.js or any of these types of technologies, making apps, Rexan is a phenomenal resource to help us answer some of these questions. If you're trying to figure out how to get started, this live stream will be for you. So make sure you stay tuned in, because towards the very end, we're going to have an open session that you can ask him some questions, ask me some questions. We'll figure it out and we'll walk you through this journey. So Rexan, thank you so much for joining in. You're such an inspiration at such a young age to get that many users. I'm still trying to get my first 100 users, and you are locked in with your new app. It's called Brandthetics, right?
That's right.
Yo. So tell us more about this new app that you're building and kind of what it's doing right now.
All right, yeah. First of all, thank you so much, Ray, for inviting me to this pod, and it's gonna be a great chat. Thank you for everyone who's tuning in. So yeah, basically I launched this new app called Brandthetics. I launched it 3 days ago. And from the headline, it basically turns your talking videos into viral cinematic short form content. So like, I'm pretty sure all of you guys, like while you're doom scrolling on Instagram or TikTok, like at least once you guys came across like one of those really sexy, cinematic, aesthetic, high quality like reels with like the captions, with the B-rolls, the overlays and stuff like that. That's really cool, and that's great for brand building, and that's great content for anyone who wants to do well on social media, short form platforms. But creating this kind of content is hella difficult, like with so many tough software and like the time investment, the learning curve, all that kind of stuff. So I just built an app specifically aimed to solve that problem, and I launched it 3 days ago, and it's going pretty well so far.
That's really, really cool. And previously you had launched another app, which was called Text Behind Image. And it's all around the similar type of thing. So if you're a content creator making content, you need to have really good looking thumbnails and various stuff so that you can actually be seen on the internet. And I feel like, you're solving some of these problems in your life, right? Like, I want to be a content creator. I want to do these types of things. So like, it's just kind of like this natural progression of these things. And you posted on X and it just went mega viral like overnight, right?
Yeah, like I love how you said every single one of these apps just come from like my own problems. That's how like I just come up with ideas for my apps. It's just like when I have a problem, if I can use my like coding skill software to build it, then I'm gonna just build it. And it just that text behind image just like mega viral overnight. I remember I built that app with Cursor back in October, so like without like Claude and like all these like top models, like still pretty good, but like I built it in 3 hours. And I posted a demo on Twitter with my face on there, and like I showed a screen recording and all that kind of stuff. And I went to bed. And the next morning when I woke up, I was getting ready for school. And I was like, holy shit, this post got like 400K views. And from that moment onward, everything just started. A week later, I launched the product on Product Hunt, #1 product of the day.
Wow.
And right now we've grown to 400K users and more.
On this app alone, holy smokes. That is absolutely incredible. And it just, to me, it's really amazing how, you're just saying, I'm solving my own problems. This is kind of what I'm going to do. And you just put it out there, put a demo video and so forth. And for those who don't know, you have a social media post that I want to see if I can try to dig up somewhere and try to share it with our audience, because you have now sort of distilled a formula down that you can have that just says like, I'm an app builder. If you just follow these specific principles, this is how what you can use to sort of start getting attention. You didn't really realize this. You were just kind of posting on your own. Can you talk a little bit more about kind of what that is? That little bit of formula you use. It's like I do this, I do this, I do this, so that you can kind of share your journey. Because every app that you're doing now, you're kind of following the same formula, and it's getting a lot of attention.
Right, exactly. Especially like in such a saturated like niche in like social media, like more and more people, there's just gonna be more and more people like building apps and doing like same things, like building apps, growing apps and stuff like that. Partly because of AI, like AI makes it so easy to build product and stuff like that. That's why there's like has to be more emphasis on growth and distribution and stuff like that. And whoever does distribution in 2025 and beyond wins the fucking game. So basically, like initially I try to just like stand out from like such a saturated like niche. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys saw this. I think that's how you found me as well. But on a lot of my posts when I'm posting stuff, I was like sharing like my demos of what I built. I was sharing like my knowledge and things I learned. And then on the post I mentioned that at the time I was a 16-year-old, I was a 17-year-old in high school building apps. So you see like these two factors, right? Like being a 17-year-old, being a high school student, and building apps, like these are interesting factors that help me stand out from like such a saturated like niche, such a saturated industry.
Mhm.
And then like it's pretty common sense, like it's pretty simple, like people when they're scrolling, when they see it, you naturally like find something interesting about it. And that was how I was able to grow like my following from 0 to 20K followers in like in just around a year.
That's
I'm doing
crazy.
a bit less of that right now because I'm starting to become an unk. But you get the idea. Basically, like, try to become like find interesting stuff about yourself, and then just try to push like content about that. That's how you kind of stand out, and that's how you get people to recognize and notice you. And I think it's also cooler as well. Like to be honest, the apps I built, anyone could build it, but like just mentioning that I'm 17
Yeah.
compared to let's say a 27-year-old building it, I think more people are gonna click on the 17-year-old and see what they're building.
Well, it's a couple of things for me, to be honest. It's like I'm just curious as far as what the app is, but as an engineer, I look at these apps as well. It's like, will I actually use something like this? And bro,
Mhm.
like when I started using this for text behind image, like for some of my thumbnails, I was like, bro, this is actually fire. The guy has some design sense as far as like what this should lay out and look like. You have an inherent of like, I know I should use these fonts. I know I should be doing these things. And you can't really teach that right off the get-go, right? And so
Like
to
take
recognize that, like I could see that sparkle. It's like, okay, this kid like knows that design is important. Design kind of helps you stand out. And then like being able to be playful with it. I feel like as engineers, the older we get, it's so easy to just become really stale and be like, okay, like design isn't as important. But as a person who admires design, I used to work at this fruit company in Silicon Valley where like they're just all about design. You're around these people who are very creative all the time. And so to see that world blending in and kind of see you on that same vibe, it's like, yo, okay, there's a lot more that's going on behind the scenes into this kid. And it's like, I want to talk to him and figure out like kind of what's going on. So like not only with text behind image, but you had some previous apps that says like make.add. You were also doing a writing one called Bullet Pen AI as well since like December 2024, like shipping like crazy. Videofast.gg, January 2024, like some awards here as well. And like these hackathons and stuff like that, Global ETH. Dude, you're like absolutely blazing and you're still in high school. So how did you ship some of these apps and things while you're still in school, bro? Like,
right. So right now, I just graduated high school 1 month ago. But the thing was like in high school, it was like just it was just like the most challenging part was like finding time to like build a lot of these apps and stuff like that. So like in the end, I guess I just had to like prioritize a couple things. Like I just love building apps so much, and I saw like the results that it's giving me. So I just put a bit more, I just put a bit more time into it. I just prioritize it over like my school, my academics and stuff like that. I feel like sometimes like you gotta like prioritize things, and once you prioritize a couple things, if especially if you're super passionate about something,
mm,
you naturally are able to go really deep down into it and get really really obsessed. And this kind of obsession converts into knowledge, and this kind of knowledge converts into execution, and this kind of execution converts into results.
Wow.
So yeah, it's just about all
Bro,
like
that's a bar.
prioritizing certain
That's
things,
such a bar.
making some sacrifices, and just basically, I think it all boils down to just doing what you love. Like if you do what you love, you're not gonna not do it. Like for example, football players, like they love playing football. They're not gonna like sit in the classroom and just like learn math for 6 hours a day. They're gonna go on the pitch and they're gonna ball out. It's just the same. Like that's just how we ball. Like you gotta just do what you love and gotta just go deep down in it.
You got to lock in, bro. Lock in. Bro, you've locked in. And with your app, Brandthetics, you can lock in and make your content that much better. And this is V1, my friends. Like, this is 17-year-old part-time, not even part-time. Like, I'd say this is your full-time passion hustle while also going to school, while also dealing with family stuff, while also trying to live a life and support himself. And so let's talk a little bit more about your latest app, Brandthetics, because, bro, like, I'm really excited, and we're still so early on this growth curve as far as like people really realizing kind of some of the sauce that's in this type of thing. So one of the important things in social media is to, like he says, to stand out. And if you literally just get the default like TikTok captions, it's going to be all right. But what you need to do to stand out a little bit is actually add your custom fonts. You need to add like the positioning and maybe have a different size font for a specific thing. And you kind of are starting to see some of that trend on social media, like on Instagram. I'm seeing some content creators, but like to do their workflow, it takes a very crazy long time to do that. And so, I want you to kind of see if you can maybe walk me through if you have like a little bit of a demo or something that you can show us you have already up and running, as far as like, a little bit more about your app. And I also want people to take a look because this app is currently featured on Product Hunt today. So in order to go support ya boy, I'm just going to put this link all up in our chat here. So if you're on YouTube, go ahead and click the little link here. This will take you to the Product Hunt link. Let me make a quick short URL so that way other people don't have to type it as much, and so that they can do the upvote. So like I'd say Brandthetics. Let's see. I think I'm just going to go like that. Okay, cool. So if we just go to this link, I'm just going to create this real quick. This should be able to take us to the Product Hunt link. So rfer.me/Brandthetics. And you know what you should do, Rexan, is you should probably on your Brandthetics website create like a slash URL at the end that will redirect it to the Product Hunt link as well. And so,
Yeah, I should.
Yeah, that way like it's like a shortened URL and people can go and upvote it. So yeah, the goal here is support your boy. He's launched today on Product Hunt, and what's really nice. Tell us a little bit more about like the importance of Product Hunt and launching on here, and kind of the visibility and kind of what that gets you if you're an app builder, and why maybe someone should go on Product Hunt to launch.
I think especially with Product Hunt, it really just like I don't know like how to really say it, but like it kind of just like officially brings your app on in like the public. It's a great way to get like a good backlink for your site. Like it's a good way to get like your site to have like a solid like backing, because like your site is on Product Hunt. You also get a couple more eyeballs on the site as well. And if the product goes viral, like it can go super viral. I can tell you a story. In October, I launched that text by an image app on Product Hunt. And then when I launched it, because I'm in Hong Kong, whenever I launch on Product Hunt, it's my afternoon time. So I still remember like that day I launched on a Sunday. And then right before I went to bed, I remember it was doing pretty well. It was like number 4, number 5 on the leaderboard. And then next morning when I woke up, I was on the school bus to school, and I saw literally the former CEO of Product Hunt, Ryan Hoover. He literally reposted my Product Hunt post, and he's like, "Yo, there's a 16-year-old guy. His product is number 1 on Product Hunt." And then at the end of the day, I got number 1 on Product Hunt. So I think this also ties back to like just like being like standing yourself out from like such a saturated niche. Like mentioning cool things about yourself is really gonna get you like attention and stuff like that. So that's just about like Product Hunt. Like if it's done really well, it can get really big, and you can get like your first couple customers and first couple users, and it's just a great way to get eyeballs on your product.
That's excellent. So if you're new to app building and you haven't launched on Product Hunt, you can go ahead and do that. And like you said, by posting it up there, Google actually indexes the entire site and everything. So you basically get a ranking boost in some way in SEO perspective when people are looking up your brand, your name, and so forth. And then if it does rank, at any point in time, you can use that as actually like some legitimate things in your app saying, hey, I reached number one on Product Hunt and the visibility. So there's this like awesome feedback loop. But not to mention that you're saying it also brings a whole wave of new customers who want to try the app that maybe haven't launched. So if you're maybe new to app building, this is probably an avenue to consider just to get traffic. And then, all these users are an avenue for you to get the feedback internally and so forth. And so this is something you probably want to check out. And so if you want to go ahead and check that out, I have the QR code for that to go check it out on Product Hunt. If you just type in Brandthetics or just scan this QR code with your phone, you should be able to check it out. Or just click this little link here down below, rfer.me/Brandthetics, and it should take you right to the actual Product Hunt there. Definitely would appreciate an upvote, for those who are tuning in to support a local fellow app builder to help, propel it to the very top. So do you have a little bit of a demo for us to show on?
Let's do it.
All right, cool.
But before the demo, I want to show you like sort of the inspiration.
Yeah.
So you know this guy called By Maximize on Instagram, right?
I think so. Let's see if I can pull him up.
Yeah, he creates those like really high quality aesthetic short form content on Instagram and TikTok. And let me show you, because I actually took a picture with him. I met him in San Francisco.
Seriously? Oh my gosh. Yeah, because I pull up on Google search. It's like edit like By Maximize. Like everyone's like talking about this dude. So he's the actual kind of like inspiration for all of what everyone's this new trend for editing and stuff.
That's right. He's the inspiration.
Oh, I see. Oh, because all the words kind of go around the people like that.
Like you see, there's like if you click on one of the videos, there's like captions. There's like the B-roll, all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
So he was one of like the inspiration, and like he posts like those motivational content. And I remember, as you mentioned, like it just separates like those TikTok captions with like this kind of content. Like this type of content really helps you stand out, and like it just gets like really creative.
Wow.
And it looks really nice.
Oh, cool.
So this is actually my photo By Maximize.
Oh, let me just do you on the full screen here. Oh, that's cool. Yo, that's crazy.
And this, I actually met him when Stripe invited me to the conferences. So they flew me out to the US, and it was really, really nice.
Whoa, man, that's awesome. Let me see if I can kind of pull up one of these videos. So he has like, I think Dalai Lama and some of these other things here. Let's see. Yeah, so this is him with the videos. And you can see how like the videos and like the fonts and stuff are, so like he's like the pioneer of this, basically this style, right? So all the text sizes are different things. Did you ask him how he did this, as far as like how he was able to get these fonts and different things in these different sizes?
Right. Exactly. I'm so glad you mentioned that, because I asked him about that, and then he uses like typical like software, high quality software that pro users use, like Premiere Pro, After Effects, and stuff like that.
Oh.
But this also means like beginners like us who probably don't have enough time to like create content and all that stuff, like have such a high learning curve. It's gonna be a long time for us to like learn these software and like just create this kind of content. So that's also one of the reasons for Brandthetics.
I see. Yeah, because as you can see, it just takes a very long time. You have to position each of these texts and resize them in the software, and then like get it to the timing of the music and everything like that, and to match exactly what was being said. So yeah, like you can kind of see how the text goes behind the image and everything on the side, and like the placements and everything like that. So yeah, that's a really good tee up as far as kind of like that. And then your app, Brandthetics, is basically aiming to make that process a lot simpler, right?
Exactly. I can show you a demo.
Sure. Yeah. If you share the screen, I think I should be able to pop you up on here. Cool.
Awesome. You see my screen, right?
Yeah, I got it now. Let's see. Give me a sec. I guess. Yeah. Perfect.
So all you got to do is to get started for free. My Wi-Fi is kind of slow. We do some beatboxing.
Yo, let's dance. Let's
I can't
dance.
beatbox.
Oh, you can't beatbox? Oh, bro, you got to learn how to beatbox. It's so
I
fire,
can't.
bro. It's like it's a cheat code.
And then what you would do is you would find like a talking video of like yourself talking in like the background. So for example, this is the video of Roy Lee.
Bro, I'm Roy Lee. I'm the CEO of Cluely, the hottest startup in San Francisco. I have an army of interns ready to create Aura content about me and Cluely. And bro, we're using this tool called Brandthetics to create the sexiest viral content for Instagram and TikTok. And bro, you have to use this tool and upvote this tool on Product Hunt. If you don't upvote on Product Hunt, we'll find you. It'll get my interns to hunt you down and make you click that upvote button. Bro, I'm telling you, the Roy Lee Aura is way too strong. And bro, last time we hosted an after party, the cops pulled up. So, bro, next after party, you must upvote Brandthetics on Product Hunt to get invited, bro. We need people with W aura, bro.
Exactly. So like one piece of talking video like this, and then you can just put into Brandthetics, and let's see how we can like elevate it. So it's analyzing the video. So what it would do is it's gonna look at the video, it's gonna look at like the captions, and it's gonna transcribe the video. And the first thing that it's gonna do is that Brandthetics is gonna help you manually like add those sexy captions on the video. So as you can see, we already can see a transcription over here. And then if you play from the beginning, we already have the captions over here.
Oh,
But as you can see, like they were like typos, right?
Wow.
There was like a typo here. So we can just easily change it by going to the captions, edit caption,
Okay.
and then change clue to clue. I don't even know how to spell it.
CL, yeah.
Clue,
There you go.
yeah.
Perfect. That's fire.
We gotta change this. And I love how like the Brandthetics AI was able to type Brandthetics correctly, spell it correctly, but for Cluely. So if you play from the beginning. So as you can see, like with these kind of captions, like it already makes like the product like I mean it already makes your video like already 10 times better than like those generic TikTok like caption style videos. And this is just with the captions of you can do like so many crazy things with it. For example, like the word upvote. You can like do a lot of things. Like you can change the color. So maybe let's change the color to yellow.
Oh, for this, I think you selected this. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I used the wrong one. So let's change the color to yellow. Wait, shit, why is it not working? Oh, maybe because it's the wrong upvote. Let me just use the first word because there's like multiple words. So I'm gonna change this to yellow. Let's go.
Let's go.
Otherwise, it'll be like top 10 fail moments on live TV. And then you can make the opacity less.
That's crazy.
So you can change the opacity. So and then we have like 250 fonts you can pick from. So maybe let's change it to like a chill font, like shadows into light, you know?
Wow.
And then we can make this a bit bigger if we want to. So let's just, you know, bro, like that's Roy Lee's like.
That's right. That's his word. Yeah.
Yeah, you can change you saw like the A16 interview, right?
Yes.
Italic as
bro. He was talking to a girl. He said, bro, like for everything.
Yeah. You can change the position. Let's make it a bit like to the bottom.
Yeah.
Bro, is perfect. And then you can do the same with all the words as well. So all you got to do is to select the word.
Really?
And you can copy like the attribute to all the words. So you can just apply the word style to all the words. So if you play from the beginning.
Bro. That's crazy. Oh my gosh.
This just the captions. Like you can do so many things with it. Like for example, if you want to put like bro and I'm like together, you can just change the time and you can overlay and all that kind of stuff. Like there's just so many customizations from such like
bro.
Bro, it's crazy. And then here's a really interesting part. Here's one of my favorite parts. One of the really cool things about like by maximize type videos is that you can add B-roll and overlay and stuff like that. Because let's be real, like Roy Lee is a cool guy, right? But like who wants to see his face for 30 seconds in a row? So for example, like you can like select the B-roll segment, like the hottest startup in San Francisco.
Oh.
B-roll section. And then on it, you can select like the overlay clip that you want to play. So here is like some clips of myself. You can also select from like over 1,000 like pre-built clips.
Wow.
Or you can import like your own like movie clips and stuff like that. So this is only for me. I couldn't put on the live version at the moment because we're still working to get like a
Licensed.
like a license
Yeah.
and all that stuff. But like you can add like movie clips from the favorite movies, so
Dang.
Eminem. So actually, I have some clips of Roy Lee on my site. So for example, let's say we want to use this clip. So you can just click select, and then if you play from the beginning, if my Wi-Fi loads fast enough.
Right. Oh, I see. You mean it'll actually be in the video here? Oh, wow.
So as you can see, it's overlaid. And then you can do all sorts of things with it. Like you can change the start time, end time. You can change when the clip starts. You can make it bigger.
Yeah.
Make it smaller. You can change like the position. You see, it's like so easy. Like, do you know how to do this in like Premiere Pro or something like that? It's gonna take you like couple minutes to like 30 minutes to learn or something like that.
That's right.
Change opacity.
Oh my gosh.
Rotation. So let's make Roy Lee upside down.
Yeah.
Oh, my math's so bad.
It's okay.
Let's just make him like this. And you can add like animations as well. So let's make him fade up. So if you play from the beginning.
Oh. Oh wow.
So as you can see, like so many customizations you can do, and all you gotta do is like you just need to add like a bunch of like these B-roll segments, add your own B-roll and stuff like that, and then you have like a video like by Maximize. Like you already have a video like by Maximize, like in the homepage over here. We got these videos, and these videos were just created in like 5 to 10 minutes,
bro.
Compared to like if you learn time learning Premiere Pro or something like that.
This is
so, bro.
Crazy.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. By the way, this is actually live, ladies and gentlemen. There's some folks who are tuning in. It's like, is this actually live? Yes, we are live. Feel free to ask any questions. We are live with the AI prodigy himself, Rexan Wong. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up. Bro, this app is fire. Alberto says the same thing. Very nice app. Do you mind letting us know your stack at a high level?
Let's do it. So my stack, so from a high level, like this is all like Next.js, TypeScript, and React. The user interface is built with a UI library called shadcn UI. For like the animations and all that stuff, I'm using a library called Remotion, and like I'm using Supabase and vercel and all that stuff. So it's like a pretty Gen Z kind of stack, right?
Just I think it's like the default builder stack, right? Like if you were going to be building, shadcn better be in your pipeline. Well, this is my AI pipeline. Yeah.
I also want to point out, like, I was just like randomly messing around, like in this live stream, like randomly adjusting the sliders and stuff like that, and I'm already able to create like a video. I think it's probably better than like maybe 70% of like the content on like.
Bro, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Aesthetics, like in terms of aesthetics, and like really perfect for content creators like starting out to create content, and like those theme pages as well.
Do you know the creator of Aceternity UI?
Yeah. He's called Manu, right?
Yeah, he's in the stream right now. Yeah, bro. He says it's fire, bro. Let's go. Let's go.
Yo, I use his components for like my other products, like make the ad. In fact, text behind image. You know the home page.
Yeah.
This is Aceternity UI. Like the headline is Aceternity UI. This thing, like I don't even know what's called, like
the button with the little
border.
Yeah, with the border, the animated border. Sheesh, let's go.
The layout grid from Aceternity. This is the parallax scroll from Aceternity. It's like this whole fucking thing is.
Shoutouts, dude. That's so crazy. Yeah, I mean that's a really awesome. Damn, that's awesome. It's so awesome.
Go ahead and export and download to your computer. So yeah, that's just the app in a nutshell. And really appreciate if you guys would check out my product on producthunt and give it an upvote if you guys like it. And if you guys are starting out creating content and all that stuff, really recommend my product to you guys.
Yeah, check out the link rfer.me/Brandthetics. That's a shortened URL. That'll take you right to the product hunt, so we can go ahead and do the upvoting. The product is pretty fire as far as like being able to edit and do these types of things. Cause like I was actually making shorts every day and I was using CapCut, but I am so exhausted of seeing the same exact captions. I was trying different fonts, but you can't change the sizes like that. You can't like group them together. The B-roll thing is so genius because then you can add in that type of thing. And I'm actually really excited to cook with this because yeah, now all I have to do is just put this stuff up, make a quick short form, and then it's super catchy and it's already very unique very quickly and so forth. Are you, maybe this is a feature request, but am I able to like make my own templates so that next time I come back and upload a new video, I can just apply that template style to it?
Yeah, right, for sure. That's actually in the pipeline.
Mhm.
One thing I realized for like many brands, like that's the core of the brand. Like each brand got its own like aesthetics and got its own style to it, and being just able to preserve that kind of aesthetic, will be really helpful and really good. So that's in the pipeline.
That's really, really cool. Yeah, answering some questions here. Bilal is actually a 15-year-old app builder. And so he's probably super inspired right now watching some of this content and stuff live. And so he says like he's going to be using this on his account on X for the next couple of days. He had a question about like, what do you use for exporting videos?
Remotion.
Oh, Remotion. Oh, so Remotion Remotion's the one that actually takes all of the layout and then basically smashes it together into the final output so that's what's available and that's what you post to social media, right?
Every single animation, like video effect, everything related to the video is done with Remotion. That also includes exporting the video as well.
Wow, that's super fire. Yeah, the Oracle says very full featured app, super impressive, bro. Yeah, this is super awesome. And what libraries like? So you're using Next.js, ShadCN for the UI styling. What's the database and kind of how are you kind of handling some of this?
Supabase, like Supabase, those guys are my boys. I use it for all my projects. It basically handles everything related to database, like storing data and like basic storing data and all that stuff. And like it also handles authentication as well. So it's basically database and authentication as well, which means I can handle my users in my database as well. So I don't need to like switch between different tabs and all that stuff. It's all like out of the box.
Wow. And as far as like, is there a coupon code that we can hook up my users with so that people can get a little bit of a discount and stuff? I think you may have something for the launch too on producthunt, right? Like a 25% off.
Use code GOAT, GOAT,
GOAT
for 25% off.
Oh, snap. 25% off. Let's go. So if you just type in GOAT at the checkout, if you want to just try this out, you could do the starter and then just, you can do 20 videos, right? A month, export it to HD quality. Damn, that's awesome. And this
is just the first one. This is just the base. Like more and more features, more cool AI stuff. Like the end goal is just try to make this process as automated and as like hands-free as possible. So this is just like the beginning.
Dang. Yeah, everyone's getting in art. And you could try for 48 hours, which is pretty fire. So like if you don't even like it, you're just like, okay, that's cool. I mean, like you don't have to pay. But if you are and then you're gonna support Rexan, like, dude, you're not even like you don't even have old enough to have a bank account yet.
No, like 4 months, man. I'm gonna be unk. I'm able to have.
In 4 months, I'm gonna be unk.
You want to hit me up in the pub, bro? Drinks on me.
Dang, bro. I'm like grandpa status over here.
I'm unk right now, bro.
Yeah, dude, that is absolutely incredible. So like, okay, so for those who are just kind of catching up on the stream, Rexan Wong, we have him here live. So if the fact that you're here tuning in, this is super special because you can ask him any questions. He has a pedigree of so many apps that he has launched, and he has, I would say, almost 500,000 users, right? Like across all of these different apps, like, just the text behind image has 400,000 users. 400,000 users every day. Everyone's using all this stuff. The scale is kind of really crazy and super incredible. And so these are some of the apps. If we just go to his website, he has text behind image. That's a really cool app. If you want to basically, pass some text, make some thumbnails that are really, really beautiful, make ad. I mean, the bullet pen for writing great essays and stuff. You could just yap, video fast. And he's like run all these other hackathons and awards, and all while in school, like doing this stuff while in school. And so the passion for building is definitely there. And we have this rare opportunity while we are here live to ask him any questions. So if you're an app builder, start asking some questions and figuring out like, how do you get started? What do you do launching for? I think for you, I want to break down a little bit more that maybe can help some people. Like what is your goal, like not goal, like what is that framework you're using for posting? Because you had talked about like video number one should be something like this, or I should talk, like a couple categories of videos. Like one's like what I'm doing, what I'm building, what my goals are, and then like, app updates and stuff like that. Kind of like how, like, I guess you can call that a content schedule for the month or something. Like what does that
Right.
look like for you?
So honestly, I don't really like using the word schedule because
Yes,
like
exactly.
99% of the time when I post, it's just like out of my head, like people. Some of my friends even ask me like, "Yo, what are you gonna post? What are you gonna post for the next month and onwards?" Because like my friends at school, like they've seen like my posts and stuff like that. They think I like spend hours like writing those posts for the next month or so, and I'm just telling them, "Nah, I don't run like that. I don't ball like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you how we fit to do this,
Yeah.
most of the stuff just like comes out like really naturally because like when I'm building my product naturally, like I have a lot of updates, like for example like product updates and stuff like that. I like naturally learn a lot of stuff like knowledge, so like that automatically becomes content for like building a product that automatically becomes content. I like to separate like the types of content into four different types of post. So like they're the launch post, they're like the so that's the first type of post. That's like the W post. I call them wins. The second type of post is like progress post. The third type of post is like knowledge post. And the fourth type of post is like lead magnets and stuff like that. So like wins as in like launching an app. You got like shouted out by like a big company or big influencer or like got invited to a Fernando podcast. I consider those kind of things like a W post. In terms of like progress post is like when you're building an app, you might be like shipping some new features. You might be hitting like a new milestone. You might be just like maybe even hit some bugs as well. Like those are just progress posts. So all you
Mm,
gotta do is like what I like to do is when I build like a new mini feature for my app, I like to just pop open the screen recording, pop my face over here, have some energy, and just like talk about the feature.
mm,
In terms of like knowledge posts, those type of posts are like when you're building an app, like you naturally learn so much stuff. Like I just can't even like explain how much stuff you learn like every single day while building apps, and that's one of the things that just keeps me going, and that's like one of the things that separates the great people from the good people. Like it's just knowledge. Like
mhm.
whoever has the most knowledge, like is from the beginning of time, whoever got the most knowledge wins.
And
So
sharing it
just like
back, right? Yeah, like you're like
like
have a quick tip on cursor or whatever. You're like, this is what I did. That's so cool.
and that's actually one thing I gotta compliment you for because you're great at sharing knowledge, like through like your videos and all that stuff. You're sharing how to like use those AI tools and stuff like that. That's a knowledge post, and it really helps a lot of people, and that also helps you as well because people see you as like more of an authority
Mm,
in like this kind of niche. And the fourth type of post, I think it's super niche. I think it belongs in its own category. They're called like lead magnets. So like you might want to share like a resource and stuff like that. And like those posts where you see like comment this word and you receive in your DMs all that stuff. Low key, I haven't been using that kind of content like for a long time, but like a couple of my friends, they be using it. They've been using it to scale to Twitter, and it gets like hella engagement and like so many
wow.
reposts and stuff. So if you have
Oh,
like really good information to share, you might want to experiment with those type of posts. So just overall, like posting, it's don't take it like too seriously.
yeah.
It's just pretty light. Like just show people how you're finna do this. Like while you just do it like out of the bat while you're building a product, it comes pretty naturally.
Cool. Yeah, I want to get a quick question from our members here. Alberto says, "How are you using AI in your app, and like what models are you running?"
Right. So that's a really great question. Brandthetics, I'll say at the moment it's like not fully an AI app, but the end goal, as I said, is definitely to make it like 100% AI like native app. But right now, like for example, the generating the captions, that's AI
Mm,
because you gotta like look at the video, it gotta like determine what the person is saying and all that stuff.
mm,
I actually have a feature in the app where it uses AI to you can use AI to pick your B-roll segments.
mm,
So for some people who like if you think you might not have like taste or like you don't know like the vibe, like just ask AI, yo, which segments of the transcript should I put my B-roll on, and it's gonna suggest it for you. And down the road, I can give you guys like a sneak hint of like what's coming. So we're gonna have things like the AI is gonna look at like a long ass like video and find like controversial, sexy, juicy parts of like the video,
let's
and
go.
then like use that part as like for like the reel, and like you can just go ahead and edit and stuff like that. So there's so many ways like AI could be integrated into this app, and this is just the beginning.
That's amazing. Bilal says how to go viral easily with launch videos on X. Like basically how to do that, or how to increase the user base to kind of go super viral like that. Like yeah, he's 15. He's trying to get his app off the ground and trying to figure out the same strategy. You know, I think he probably looks up to you as an unk, right? It's like it's just only a couple years older, bro. Like, yo, what's up?
Man, I'm really an unk right now for real. Anyways, just like this is pretty generic, but just like being yourself, you know, like just showing like your energy in the video, and as I said, like just mentioning like your age, your background, and all that stuff. It really helps. Honestly, the best advice for that is just like build something cool, you know, like build cool shit. And if you build cool shit, like people will notice. People will notice that you're building cool shit regardless of like your age, your background, your skill set, all that stuff. If you do something really cool, people will notice and people will pay attention.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's facts. I think that's really just solid advice. I think in this day and age, just for me, I feel like I don't want to connect with an AI avatar. I want to connect with a real human being on the other side, right? Like I want to reach out, have that interview. I want to exchange coding tips, right? Like Rexan, like Remotion. What is this library? I need to figure out what this is, you know, like that type of stuff. I think that type of community is probably more valuable now than ever. And so by putting yourself out there like that, you're just also inviting other people to kind of connect with you in that same wavelength, that same vibe. So in this community, I'm all about bringing other people on too, because then we all can kind of meet each other here as our pool of the type of people to meet. So Joe on X is asking, are you using any code review services like CodeRabbit, Graphite, Snike, or are you manually checking the code base? Or, you know, I'm going to say it's probably just vibes, right?
Just vibes, you know, like I'm actually 99% of the time I'm just checking like the code myself because I use Cursor a lot, and I'm pretty sure you know like Cursor when they make like a suggestion, like ultimately it doesn't auto do it for you at the end of the day. Like you gotta read through the code and stuff like that. And I think I'm so blessed to be able to like understand code because I've done hackathons in the past. I've won like global hackathons in the past, and I've been coding like for a while before AI has been here. So I'm able to just look at the code, make sure it doesn't like fuck up like my entire code base and stuff like that. And in fact, like to be brutally honest, I just learned about what Code Rabbit is 2 days ago.
Right.
But I'll definitely be looking more into like these kind of tools because it's pretty interesting. But at the moment, I'm just manually looking at myself. Like I'm a person who likes to have. I'm a control freak. Like I love to have control over things. I want to make sure I know 100% what's going on down to the down to the deepest part of the app. So
Yeah.
that's just me. Like that's just me. I like to know what's going on.
That's
While
cool.
also vibe coding as well, because I like building things fast.
Yeah.
I'm not really a patient guy, so
Okay.
you know, like it's just a mix of both.
Yeah. So you're using Cursor. Are you like using any of the like I think they have this thing that does a code review when you do a pull request. I think it's their code bot or something like that. Are you using that as well or?
Yo, I actually don't know that even existed.
Yo. Yeah, you pay per use, right? So it's gonna whenever you do a pull request in like GitHub, you can link it up, and it's called BugBot, and it'll just do a quick scan of your code, and then if there's any like egregious bugs, it'll actually call them out. Most of the time, it just kind of says, "Hey, everything's cool." But I've done some really big changes. I'm like, "Oh, there's a dependency issue with this circular dependency I didn't really catch." And I was like, maybe I should fix that.
Especially like while I was building Brandthetics, like low key, while I was building it, most of the suggestions, more than 80% of the time, like it just works. Like I don't even know how that's possible, but like when I just prompt it and like it just does the cooking for me and like in just one prompt, like that shit just works.
Yeah, that's facts. I mean, I think the joy of using TypeScript for me is the fact that types are pretty opinionated, and like if it's not going to be there, it's probably not going to work, you know, like it catches it before it's in production. It's like, you know, in the build process. So that's one of my advantages, I feel. Rajiv says, hey, Rexan, in the future, would you want to integrate with VO3, Midjourney, etc.?
Yeah, that's one of the features in the pipeline. One of the features is we're gonna have a feature where you just type in like what you want your B-roll to be, and it's just gonna generate it for you. And definitely like VO3 is a great model for generating those kind of like videos and stuff like that. And it also ties back to like content creation, like especially like if you're like a video content creator, like filming some shots, like you might not have someone to film those shots for you. Like in fact, me
Yeah.
and Ray were talking about that exact thing like before the stream. Like, I was doing vlogs on YouTube and stuff like that, but it was really hard because like nobody was filming it for me. I was doing it myself.
Yeah.
So just like imagine having AI generate like some of the shots and some of the angles for you. And that's
Yes.
what I hope to do in my app as well.
Yeah, because now you can have like these different angles and like this interestingness to like your shot, and it every couple seconds it overlays, and you're pretty much on fire right there. Someone's unk at 18. What are we then? I'm like great grandpa right now. Y'all don't even know. I'm like 50 years old, bro. Like, we out here though. We out here, Hey guys, cursor has become unusable. What alternatives do we have? Does not put me in the hole in the pocket. Right? I don't know. Have you? Maybe you haven't done this. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more about AI app building. But I feel like with Rexan, and I'm not trying to speak for you, but like sometimes if you're locked in right now and you're building, and then any app is producing some income, that's just immediately going back into these AI tools as this like amazing feedback loop, So the hardest part is really just kind of getting off the ground to get some income coming in. And so once you have that income, it fuels everything else to kind of keep building. So getting started, there's probably, like once you're kind of already going in this flywheel, it's kind of hard to like explore other AI tools because they have to like make such a big impact into your business to like maybe roll them back in. And I myself, as just a curious engineer, I'm always like tinkering. So one thing that I'm looking into right now is this, AI model called Kimi K2. And that apparently is supposed to be on par with Claude Sonnet 4 and so forth. And it's an open weights model. It's not open source. The weights are open. And it just means there's an API available. I'm still kind of digging through a lot of things. So people are looking for other alternatives to Cursor. I'm wondering if you have a chance to explore, or kind of what's that looking like in your workflow, like exploration of models, or how do you kind of like try something new, that's outside of your workflow and so forth, Rexan?
Yo, low-key, like I'm a person who when I just stick with one piece of software, like it's hard for me to like go out of it. So I know like there's a lot of AI tools and stuff like that. Ray's really good at like doing deep dives and like finding out so many of these AI tools, but I'm like the complete opposite. I like when I stick with it, I try to get so good at it. I try to like just vibe with it, try to find like the best ways to work with like a particular AI tool and just make it like my buddy. Like, and that's just what I made Cursor become. So my time like really isn't like focused on like finding like the best like different types of like AI products that can help my workflow and stuff like that. Rather it's just like I'll say building vertically, just like finding like what's like the best way I can work with this AI, how can I vibe with it, and like just trying to extract as much as possible. I think the analogy here, and both ways are perfect, it's just about like how you vibe with it. It's like Ray is like hiring like a team of like engineers from like Fang and all that kind of stuff. Like Ray is assembling like a team of like these crack Tenix engineers, and I'm building like a Sam Altman. So like I'm training like a baby to become Sam Altman. So I think that's like the analogy over here.
Yeah, and it's your use cases and so forth. And I think for me, from what I'm kind of seeing looking back, it's like if you don't have those resources yet, use everything you can in your power to get something off the ground. I think the formula is still the same. It's like it doesn't matter whether you have the most powerful AI tool or not, right? Like, a lot of people have just put in the work of just coding, right? And before AI. And a lot of these steps actually help you out. And one of the things that maybe AI does for me is that it's been able to kind of get me into like a Next.js app and just start running with it really quickly. Sure, I don't know all these crazy terms and these angle brackets and all this extra stuff that maybe I should know, but I don't let my years of experience also define what I should or shouldn't know. I literally just pretend like I'm 5 years old again and just learn as if like I'm brand new. If there's a concept that I start to see or a pattern I start to see that's familiar, it's like, oh, TypeScript has interfaces. This is very familiar to something I've seen in other object-oriented programming languages, Like I start to then get very curious. I was like, how does it behave in this sense? And I don't apply my previous knowledge to it. I just kind of start to be very curious. That curiosity starts to take you very far. That knowledge that you
Right.
capture is worth more than an AI system, and it's probably can move you a lot faster to build an app, once you kind of figure out that muscle. So it's like I feel like AI sometimes it's like going to the gym, going to the treadmill and saying, yeah, I run a 5-minute mile, and then you just hop on the treadmill and you just run really quick and you fall off. Like that's what I feel like AI coding is doing for me. It's like, yeah, I can run a 5-minute mile pace. It's like, and you can get the the Instagram, or you can get that TikTok short of you like that 1 second where you're on the treadmill, like running that space, and like that's it, like that's all you got. But you have to train to go to that pace consistently and actually do it for a longer period of time. And I think this is kind of the real life scenario here too. It's like you're not actually losing out if you're not building fast. It just means that you're just learning in a very different way, and these tools can kind of help you there. And so, yeah, it doesn't hurt to learn some coding. I think it's going to take you a longer ways. And if you've gotten this far so far with whatever you have, try some of these other open source tools. Keep banging on the language. And so, Rexan, where do you usually go to, like, when you got started with Next.js, Supabase, and all this stuff? How did you start to learn? Like, what was the beginnings of your process there?
Right. So when I for these kind of tools, like when I started learning, I actually didn't use AI for this. What I did, and I just credit it so much, is just YouTube tutorials. Like I remember a couple years ago, when I was starting to learn how to code, I was like following those like 6 hour long YouTube
Code with
tutorials.
Antonio.
Um,
Yeah.
how do you know, man?
Bro.
That's my boy. I
Yes.
just thank him with my life, bro. Like, if you're watching this, bro, like Code with Antonio, bro. When I come to Croatia, we gotta meet up, bro. I gotta give you something. I gotta like buy you a Lambo in the future or something. Anyways, like he makes like those really like crazy demo tutorials. For example, like he shows us how to build like a YouTube clone. He builds like a Spotify clone. So what I did was like I just followed along while he was coding, and while he was coding, he was like explaining stuff. So I was at the same time of me learning like coding, I was like building out the app as well. So this like not only taught me like the basics, the fundamentals of like how to build stuff, how to code and stuff like that. It also taught me two things. Like number one is just like the skill set of like spending long hours on like coding and like building something. And number two is like just having something to show people. And like when you show people like you built this and built that, it gives you like a lot of dopamine, and that dopamine just like fuels you to build more and more products, and it's just like a compound cycle. So yeah, that's my boy Cole with Antonio. That was the real trenches. Like I just started off learning from like 6 hour long YouTube tutorials, and I'm just so grateful that I went through that process, because right now when I'm building with AI, it's just so helpful.
That's amazing. I actually kind of did the same thing, actually, Code with Antonio, Web Dev Cody, all of them. Like
Oh
they
yeah,
would build an app from scratch, and I would literally just code with it side by side, trying to do exactly what they did. And then I would try to add features on. And then that kind of progressed
yep.
to, can I take the GitHub repo and then try to add a feature onto that, right? And like make a landing page. And all those struggles were horrible, but it taught me how to understand the layout of Next.js. Like, oh,
Exactly.
now I know what a route is. Now I know where those folders
Super.
are. Like keep seeing them over and over again. And then I keep seeing
Mhm.
like a layout system, right? Then I understand the
Yeah.
importance of why like ShadCN is so important, because of how it does its whole structure. It's like, I don't need to reinvent a button. Like there's already something there. Like I don't have to figure out where a framework is for touch, like it's already in
And it teaches
ShadCN.
you like
Yeah.
really complicated stuff. Like for example, setting up Supabase. Like if it's your first time, it might feel complicated. But like following these kind of video tutorials, it literally gives you step by step on how to do it. So like even if you fuck up like the process, you can just go back to the video and like make sure you did every single step correct, rather than just like reading the documentation. So these YouTube tutorials were super, super helpful, and I just can't stress enough like how much it's helped me and like how much it taught me.
That's facts. That's so much facts. Bilal says, how do you focus on developing multiple products at the same time?
Um, I like to think of like products in terms of like product, like separated into like product and growth. So product is like building the actual stuff, like building the app, building the MVP, building the features and stuff like that. growth is just everything related to distribution, how you can get eyeballs onto your product, how you can like grow the app and stuff like that. So these are like two different parts of like building something. Product usually spends like the most time because you gotta code out, you gotta do like a lot of coding and stuff like that. But this kind of process happens before you launch like the product. And after you launch the product, most of the time it's just focused on like growth. In addition to like product as well, you might want to add features and all that stuff, but it shouldn't take that much time like as before you launch the app. And because I've launched like a couple apps in the past, most of my times for like those other apps are just focused on growth.
Mm.
And like the more recent apps, I'm spending more time on product as well as growth as well. So it's just like a mix between these things. But if you want like the simple answer, I don't even know how the fuck like I'm able to like manage so many different types of products. Like I'm pretty sure Ray as well, you got a lot of different projects and you just vibe with it, right?
Yeah.
Like like it's just all about like if you have energy for one kind of project, if you got energy for doing one thing, you're gonna go deep down on it. It doesn't matter how much time you spend on it, like you're gonna love the process, you're gonna love doing it, and anyway,
You obsess over the details like this, man. Like this detail that just trying to figure this out, right? And this is just V1 of a product to understand how to put the captions and lay them down with like sound effects and even make it look that way. It's just, that's a level of obsession, but also passion because you know what you want from it, right? And especially if it's a problem that you are really passionate about, right? You're not building it for someone else. You're not building it because it's someone else's viral idea. You're like, this is something that I want. I need this. I need this in the world, and this is not out there yet. This effect is so powerful. It's already proven itself on social media, and I want to do it. I just don't want to learn. It's like, I feel like learning Final Cut and doing like that, while it's helpful for you, it's still not helpful for everyone else. Because, that's kind of a challenge. And so just because you don't know how a framework works either, right? Like you have to go down this rabbit path, but it kind of goes back a little bit to the whole purpose of like your product cycles and your learnings, and everything feeds back onto social media on itself. So the viralness, like you're saying, is like by you learning Remotion, by you sharing your updates, by you posting about, like this latest feature you just shipped, that is all going into the content flywheel that kind of fuels itself. And like
product and content works together like side by side.
Exactly. So it's kind of genius as far as like what we've all kind of stumbled into. You're like, I've been sharing live, I'm coded with Cursor. Like those videos are going viral. It's like, okay, cool. I didn't know that, right? Like I was just vibing. Like I was just building an app. It just kind of all happens and stuff like that. Rexan, love the orange backwards cap. What's your favorite app that you've built?
So this orange cap, I got it from Y Combinator. Yeah, like a couple of weeks ago, I went to San Francisco. It says make something people want, and I got invited to the Y Combinator startup school, and they gave out these caps for everyone, and I love it. And the reason why I'm wearing it right now is because my app is, like I'm pretty sure you realize, but like my app is orange, so like I kind of fuck with orange. My boy Danny Dalen, like he likes orange as well, so I thought it was just pretty fitting and low key like the favorite app I built. I think this is my favorite app, like I love everything related to content creation. I love the aesthetics. Yeah. Because of like the aesthetics, it's already my favorite app.
Yes.
And like I also can't stress like behind the scenes, like there's like there's so many details behind like building the app, like in terms of like the user interface. Like there's like a level of obsession like you just put into like building the app. I just can't explain it, but like I'll say in terms of the building process, this is my favorite app that I built because it's like I'll say one of like the most like complicated and like also one of like the most aesthetically I like as well. So it's just like a combination of these things that like just make me really like building this app. And there's still room to grow for this app. I'm gonna focus on distribution for the next couple like weeks. But yeah, it's just the beginning, exciting times, and it's like my baby. Like when you build your app, you gotta treat your app as like your baby. You feel me?
Yeah, and for those who are just tuning in, the product is live on Product Hunt. So what happens here is when you post on Product Hunt, it not only gets you visibility, but if you get to like #1 ranking, it really just helps a lot as far as visibility. And so one of the things that I'm asking some folks now, if you get a chance, I put the link on the stream here. Go ahead and click the link, and then you can just go ahead and do an upvote. And so the upvote will kind of help with everything that's going on here. So this would just be really good. And if you're new to launching apps, by posting on Product Hunt, you actually get some SEO sauce behind it because you're linking back to your website And when your website is mentioned or people are looking up like various keywords, your ranking will actually start to go up. And so it's actually kind of like a nice way to get that. But you also get a bunch of initial users if you haven't done that yet. So initial users will start to show up and start to use your app. And it's a good way to kind of start promoting some things if you're into that. So I think today, where are you at in the rankings? So products that launched today, you're currently at, let's see, number, what?
Top 10.
What is it? Oh, here we go.
Top 10.
Top 10. Let's go. Yeah, we're trying to get that to number 1. I think we got to go to like 60 to just get to number 9. So if you're watching this right now, make sure you pop in, drop an upvote to support your boy Rexan Wong, because he's doing some really cool stuff.
I'm thinking the second time I get number 1 product of the day, it's gonna be great.
That'll
mean the world to me.
Yeah, that'll be super fire, y'all. Lisa's saying, when I was his age, there was no internet. We were using BASIC and COBOL. Became a web designer before CSS and cell phones. Watching you young folks come up now is pretty mind blowing.
And also a lot of respect for like the older folks, because I know that time like it's hard. Like you guys probably didn't have like that many resources, so like it's
Right.
harder for you guys to like learn stuff. Mad respect for you, Ray. You grew up like without YouTube and stuff like that, you know. So like, I don't know if I grew up in your time, if I'll be able to like even learn how to build stuff, because like I'm not a great learner. I'm not that good, but I like watching YouTube videos and stuff like that. Right now, there's just so many resources, and like there's like AI and stuff like that. So I'm just insanely grateful for this, and huge respect to like the older folks who are building without AI and building without that many resources.
Yeah. So this is a really good question because of how much output you put out. Do you have a team or are you solo vibing? Great work, incredibly inspiring. Because look at the output and look at the output quality. Right? So yeah.
My apps currently,
What's
except
that?
for one, I've grown myself. One of the apps, Make.ad, I'm working with this guy called Arib Khan. He's I think 2021. Like my boy, if you're watching this, I don't remember your age, but like you're like 2021. Like you're incredibly young, but he's a really great SaaS builder, and he's like made like millions of dollars from SaaS apps, and he
Wow.
runs this like app portfolio called 24 Labs, and I'm working with like a team of like 5 people, and we built this product together. So I'm like focused on the product and growth. So yeah, we built this product that basically uses AI to create advertisements for like your brand. So all you got to do is like just snap a photo of like your product or startup or brand,
That's
and then
hot.
it's going to use AI to focus on really nice ad creatives.
Ooh.
So I built this product, and other than that, all my products I've built like down to the very detail, like all by myself and with AI.
Bro. Oh my goodness. This is fire. You can even do like fashion stuff too? Jeez,
Exactly.
bro.
So we actually have a feature where like you take a photo like of a model, and then
Yeah.
you can like make it wear your own clothes.
This is bananas, bro. Like, how are you cooking so much right now?
For anyone who's watching, like this stream is not done with Make.ad, unfortunately, because I'm not sure if you realize, but like me and Ray are going band for band with the shirt. I don't even know how we did that, but like even before the stream, like we didn't coordinate on this. I swear.
That's right. I
now
literally saw Rexan's post this morning when I woke up like at 6 a.m. I'm like, dang, the boy just launched on Product Hunt. And it's like, yo, we got to hit up. Like, are you down to go live today? Like in like an hour? And he's like, yeah, I'm down. And tell him what time it is right now in Singapore.
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. Yeah.
1 a.m.
1 a.m. 1 a.m. The boy is staying up late for everyone. And I definitely appreciate that because this is like Sunday. Like it's already Monday morning there. So 1 a.m. Monday morning. And
happy to be.
Yeah, man, this is so crazy. What was the first computer science class you took in school? Did you learn anything useful from it, or do you think high school CS classes are useless? That's a good question.
Oh, great question. So the first like coding class I took was a class, like the name was called Coding in Action, and basically what it taught like building iOS apps. So it taught Apple apps. Ray's probably like an expert in this. 12-year Apple engineer. In terms of like learning things useful, like in terms of like the like usefulness of it, honestly, I'll say with like if I didn't do it, I wouldn't be here like fuck, how do I say it? It's like 1 a.m. right now. Like I wouldn't be in the place I would be without these classes, because in I'm like in the way it's like it's just giving me like all the inspiration, and it's just giving me like the exposure to see like what's possible, you know. Like I'm gonna tell you like a story for this first coding class. When I took it in freshman year, I didn't even plan on taking that class. It's just some of my homies were in that class, and I just decided to join. And then what I got out from that class was I found out like my passion, which was coding, and I also found like I really like the feeling of like spending hours on something and like sharing it with like my friends, my teachers. I love that feeling, and I feel like right now as I'm like sharing my work online in public, building a community online, like this feeling just like transcribes like to this present day. So I wouldn't say it's useless. I would say like it's actually very easy for you once you get super obsessed with coding just to be like levels above like people in the class, and like levels above the kind of quality, like the kind of content that the class is teaching.
Mm.
And also like just basically just gives you a lot of the exposure and stuff like that. I think this also transcribes to like other classes as well. Like just try out as many things as possible, you know, like you never know what you like, you never know what you enjoy. If you just try out as many things as possible, you might find your passion, and you might go super deep down into it.
That is, bro, spoken like a true like wizard right here. Like, you know, you've been through the trenches, only 17. It just graduated from high school like a couple months ago, laying down some of the sauce. How important it is if you're taking some of the CS classes just to understand that this is your passion, that you want to do it, and then just discovering that, just throwing yourself into all these different places. Because yeah, it is very confusing. You know, I think for me, like the world moves so fast, and it moves even faster now. And then even for me, like post corporate world too, it's like, you know, do I want to go back and build iOS apps and stuff? Like, no, I actually kind of want to work with AI. You know, like that's kind of what I've realized. It's like I get so frustrated waiting for Xcode to build that I want to throw it against the wall, and instead of spending my time there, I want, you know,
I feel you with that.
it's like, bro, and then like my I have the best Apple machine, and the thing is going crazy with the fans just to build the iOS app. It's like,
What happens like boom, 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 like you got features.
on the web, you're so fast. All the frameworks are there. And so that's where I'm discovering my new passion, right? I don't know. I'm not a web developer. I'm learning as I go. Same thing, right? And I feel like this type of thing that he's saying, it's transferable if you're very young or you're much older at a different phase of your career. It's a really great story. And I love how you're saying that, just going back in time, looking back and saying, okay, I took this class. I was really just getting into that class because my friends were just all taking it, and, you know, just get to hang out with them and kind of BS around. But then you realize it's like, no, I actually like this stuff. You know, you're getting obsessive with it. And then just that continual detail. And I think the thing that you said is like, how do you become an outlier? I think that was a really interesting point that you made there. It's like, once you start to like it and put way more hours into it, your other friends who just turned in their assignments and kind of walked away, you just continued the rest of the day saying, okay, this can unlock this. Okay, this can unlock this now. And you just kind of kept compounding. So the way that you make your difference maybe as an app builder is the fact that you spend more time maybe on a specific framework, right? Maybe you spend more time learning Supabase to get you learn how to deploy edge functions, or you learn how authentication really works through and through, and maybe implement your own version or something like that. But that unlock keeps compounding. And I think that's kind of why I'm obsessed about this software age, is because it doesn't matter how old you are, young or old, you can get into it, just put the hours in, and then it keeps compounding. You don't lose anything, right? Just because you weren't here for the AI age doesn't mean anything. Or if you just started in the AI age, you know, everyone kind of is sort of in the same playing field. It's like, spend time with it, learn it. There's a lot of resources, and then you can just kind of keep going. Super duper awesome, man.
In the beginning, I think my focus was more on like what kind of technology like interests me and stuff like that. But like, so I was building like blockchain apps, I was building iOS and stuff like that. But like for like more than a year now, I've just been building SaaS, like Next.js, all that stuff. Because I'm just seeing like with the skills, like right now I kind of shifted to what problems can I solve, like what markets interest me, and just like being comfortable with like one particular technology and just like going deep in it and solving problems and doing things that you love, like like utilizing it to do things that you love, like it's just gonna take you a long way, you know.
Yeah. Lisa says your mindset is so wise. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, you're
I'm like 5 in the inside, you know.
yeah. So Bilal says, do you let Cursor do the design stuff or do you do it? Or how do you go about like your cool designs and stuff for your websites? Kind of see here.
Oh, great question. Actually, that was actually a great question.
Yeah.
In terms of like design, like I'll say 90% is me, because I like naturally I'm online so much of the time, and like I just when I'm online I just have like an eye for detail and just like looking at like how other apps like user interfaces are built and stuff like that. I just take inspiration from those apps and put it myself. And one of the like UI libraries I use, I think we mentioned it in the stream already, is Shoutout UI. Like automatically, like the designs just become so sexy. Like once you just boom 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 bam in your app, like automatically your app becomes like pro grade quality. So that's credit to Shad CN as well. But yeah, like most of the designs, like the layout, all that kind of stuff is like me. Cursor just helps me execute it, you know.
That's pretty fire. Somebody is asking if there's any promo code. So there is a promo code if you want to check out for Brandthetics and try it out. So there's a 2-day free trial if you want to check out Brandthetics to get your video stuff going. Obviously do that. At the checkout, you can use promo code GOAT, GOAT, greatest of all time. And you yourself can get how much percentage off?
25% off.
Let's go. So yeah, just use GOAT at checkout.
That's a pretty goated offer. Yeah, you feel me?
That's a fire checkout offer. 25% off. That's super duper awesome. AI Orlando, that's definitely saying a lot there. So just wondering, do math grades really matter when you're an app prodigy? I heard from a man named Jamin that you got a B+ on AP Calculus. Bro, coming out with the...
These are my homies from the chat, bro. These are my homies from school on the chat, bro.
Bro, they're trying to come out for they're coming out for blood, bro.
That shit is hilarious, bro. Dude, like, okay, I don't even know how to fucking say it, bro. Bro, and my homies are still watching this right now. The shout out to you guys, bro. Thailand was fun.
Yeah.
Anyways, I heard from a man named Jamin that you got a B+ in AP Cal. Now, bro, I passed that course of flying colors, bro. I passed with flying colors.
I don't know if you know a secret, but if you take like the calculus BC course and then you get a 5, like, you know, if you pass the exam, it like the previous, you actually up the numbers for your previous thing. So like if you scored low on the first version of calculus AB, like let's say you got a 3, but then you get a 5 or a 4 or something, it actually bumps your score for the previous one higher for the AP exam.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say a full transparency, like no cap. I got 5. I got 5 on that exam. So I don't know.
Let's go.
Know what they're talking about.
You got 5 on it. Hey,
I passed with $5, and the story was like I got flew out to San Francisco, by Stripe, and like the day after I had my calculus exam. Man.
Oh my god, no way!
It had no correlation with building apps at all. Like while I'm building apps, to be brutally honest, I use 0% of like math, like no math. I'm pretty sure you know that as well. It's just like UI, it's just vibes, you know, and like it's just like building functionality. Like you don't need like calculus, math, and all that stuff like that. So math shouldn't be like a limiting factor to like enable to like build apps and stuff like that.
Bro, that's wild. You know, I started with Algebra 1 in high school. Like I was kind of behind with math, and then I got super obsessed with it because all of my friends started out like 2 years ahead, like in geometry and like trigonometry in freshman year. And so I was like, dude, I'm so far behind. I want to catch up with them. And so I talked to the counselor and they said, well, in order to catch up with them, you'd have to take, you know, math every summer and so forth. I was like, I'm gonna do it. Every summer, I'm just gonna take anything math. And so by the time I was like a junior, I already was taking the AP exam for calculus. Oh. And then like I got a 5 on it. And then, you know, in the summer, I got into like the Santa Clara University into like a special program because I was like so obsessed. I got super obsessed with math. And then I got so mad because I said, why don't we start with calculus first? Because that actually explains all the math principles from the beginning. It's like, you know, I didn't realize there was an end goal for math. It's like the reason why they do A plus B is because they're describing, you know, real world scenarios to describe everything else in its relationships. And it's like, damn, that's so dumb. Like, but it's like, I feel like these types of things, like I don't use math per se, but I think the logic and thinking that you did like go through in those courses kind of help you with problem solving in general in the real world, right? So like, physics and math, they all have these relationships. I think if you kind of zone out as a human being and look back, you're like, oh, I see these patterns repeating over and over again, and you can use these types of things. So I don't want to keep you for too long. I know that it's already almost approaching like almost 2 a.m. over on your side of the world, and you've been able to spend a whole bunch of time here with us. And I think it's just really, really amazing that you guys have been able to cook with us. And guess who else is in the stream?
I want to shout out Raz Mike, bro, my brother in Christ. I watch your videos and great video, man, great content. Thank you for tuning in, my brother in Christ, bro.
Dude, that's so amazing, man. We have some heavy hitters all up in the stream. This is just super duper awesome that everyone's been able to get up in here as well. And people are wondering, are you from Toronto? You should kind of spill the beans on kind of where you're at right now.
I'm a Hong Kong baby, bro. I'm born and raised in Hong Kong all my life.
That's amazing. Yeah, and so it's like almost 2 a.m. there right now. Lisa is saying that math is like puzzles, basically. And for those who are using the GOAT code, I think AI Orlando was saying that the code is expired, and for checking out on Brandthetics.
I'll check it out.
Okay.
Honestly, that's kind of unexpected, but it should be live within 12 hours. So I'm sorry about that, but if you're still checking it out, if you're still interested, it should be live within 12 hours. Definitely. So we have the man, the legend, Rexan Wong, his latest app called Brandthetics. And if you haven't had a chance to check it out, folks, brandthetics.com, it's spelled here. This will basically allow you to do, your editing so that you're actually kind of caught up with the latest trends for making your videos look really good and catchy. We shared a whole bunch on this stream. He has so much experience here. I mean, the wisdom of this kid is just beyond me. And it's just really a blessing to have someone like this on the stream to talk about his app building journey. Going back to apps like this, like Make Ad, text behind image that garnered now over 400K plus users, to basically put, text, not like, I know it sounds kind of funny. It's like putting a text behind image, but these are all part of the process in content creation to garner attention. Like the thumbnail is probably the most important thing that you need for your YouTube video in order for people to slide on through. And like the sense of design, the sense of building, the fortitude that it takes to not only build this is not his full-time job. His full-time job was a high school student. All of this while being a high school student. At that time, I think you started like 15 or 16 years old, building these types of apps up, now leading into the latest thing with Brandthetics. There's been a journey that he's been sharing along the way. Extremely humbled to have you on, to share all of this knowledge with people who are getting started, people who with ranges of experience across the spectrum. And the social media stuff that you've been able to share has been like kind of, game changing. Like if you are on this app journey, just share as you go, because that's going to help other people who may be on a similar journey as you. And you start to build a community and you start to just give these different app updates. So we talked a lot about that earlier in the stream. We will have timestamps below that you can go back on and kind of take a look at these types of things. And you better believe your boy is going to be cutting up some of those shorts and going to be using Brandthetics so that we can make these really poppy, short form videos and stuff. And I appreciate everyone who's been able to show up on the live stream. We got Ross Mike in the building. We got a bunch of other folks. Lisa Ross, who's a member. We got Bilal, who's a 15-year-old app builder as well. AI with Orlando. Seb, who's also dropping in some sauce, for the high school drama. Showing like the ball spot, man. I don't got no ball spot. I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Oh, I think they're talking about me. I don't think I got any bald spots either, but yeah. I don't use any products or Rogaine or anything like that. I actually don't even I think I may have one gray hair. I'm trying to get some gray hair, just to have that maturity stripe, like saying like I got some wisdom. I swear I'm an unk or something like that. I remember being so much younger and I was like, I wanted to be older. And I think part of it was because like my situation at home, like sleeping on the floor was so bad. It's like, I just want to be older. I want to get out of this place. But now that I'm older, it's like, it doesn't matter. It's just like, I just want to be alive. It's so beautiful to just be alive and be on and connecting with people like you guys in this community. So I appreciate everyone in the community that's been able to tune in and lock in with us to make this happen. Without you guys, we wouldn't have this type of format. without everyone like sharing the stream to their friends and sharing, the knowledge and so forth here. Super duper honored. Rexan, I'm actually glad this is my first time actually meeting you on the stream. I felt like I've known you for a long time because I've watched a lot of your content online. So when we actually met, I was like, it felt like reconnecting with an old friend. And you're a very wise soul. And I'm really excited to kind of keep seeing you building on this journey. And so when you're in the Bay Area in San Francisco, hit me up. Or if you're in Hawaii, wherever we're at, well, we'll try to align our time zones. I know I keep missing you like every single time, but we're gonna definitely make it happen for sure. Yes.
Sure, man. Thank you so much for having me on, and it's great chatting with you and just discussing about it. I love the comments, love everyone who joined. Thank you so much for coming. And Ray, bro, we gotta link up sometime in person soon.
Yeah, and we're gonna do some vlog style content. I got a drone. It's about to be super crazy. So, folks, make sure you stay locked in. Catch Rexan Wong on X or on YouTube. I think it's Rexan_Wong right there, right?
That's right.
And then any other shout outs and things that you want to say before, so folks can kind of figure out where they can kind of link up with you?
Just check out my app Brandthetics. It's live on producthunt right now. Really appreciate an upvote, and yeah, that's just all for me. I'm just learning along the way. Just feel free to check out my Twitter. I'm just sharing my updates, sharing what I build, and yeah, just keep vibing along with it and have fun with what you guys do, and just follow your passions and follow your dreams and go big and go big and go crazy.
Let him cook. Let's go, family. All right, Rexan, thank you so much for joining the stream. And make sure you upvote Brandthetics on Product Hunt, brandthetics.com. Ray Fernando 1337. Thank you so much. We're out of here, folks. Peace.